Good afternoon, James Hirsh, currently 2L representative to the SLS. I want to thank everybody who's here for being here, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today about why I want to be the inaugural VP External. In preparing for today, I decided last night that I would watch a bunch of speeches to get some good ideas. Fortunately, I don't think any of you will be convinced to vote for me if I stand up here and thank God, the Academy, and Ben Affleck. As you probably know, VP External is a newly created position in the SLS. Since it's a new position, it's hard to know exactly what the VP External will be responsible for. We know that it will require going to the USC, being the law representative of the University Students' Council, and being the representative to the London community and any other external organizations that the SLS has a relationship with. To put it simply, the VP External is going to be the ambassador and advocate for the SLS and for law students. Personally, I can't think of a position that I would rather have. About 2 years ago, when I decided to go to Western Law, I didn't know much about the school, just that it seemed like a better choice than going to Windsor. But in my time here, and in getting to know so many Western law students, I am confident that I made the right decision. Every day, I am inspired and impressed by the intellect, the creativity, and the spirit of my classmates at Western Law. As a member of the SLS, I have done my best to help facilitate the extracurricular programs and events that make being a Western Law student fun. Additionally, last fall, I was an SLS delegate to the meeting of the Ontario Law Schools that discussed the creation of the LSSO, an intercollegiate organization of law students. In these roles, I have been required to stick up for Western law students and represent their collective needs and wants to the greater community and as thoroughly as possible. As VP External, I would hope to continue to be a responsible voice for law students, albeit in a different fashion and outside of these four walls. These are difficult times for law students. There's lots of change in the air, and we don't know what the future might hold for us. But we need a strong advocate within the university community and a capable representative to the professional intercollegiate associations that affect us. My experience as an SLS member, as a club president, as a member of the Law Games Committee, have equipped me with the skills necessary to interact with the various groups that I would come in contact with as VP External, and to be a responsible representative of the law school community. I'm confident that I can continue to be a representative to the world as VP External. I've seen the ability and passion of Western law community, and as VP External, I would make it my duty to share that passion and character with everyone I can. Thank you very much.
Do we have any questions?
I know that you had some experience with the LSSO. How do you feel that will help you in your position for next
I think, well, so in the fall, me and Matt Hopkins went to Kingston for the inaugural meeting, and I'll be attending the meeting this Friday and Saturday in Toronto at the LSSO. Primarily, this has given me a budding but growing relationship with the people who are responsible for the LSSO, people at other universities in Ontario. I would say I have a good relationship with them. I've been able to foster a good relationship with them, and I know that will be very important. I would say that the role of VP External is one that's going to require building bridges and creating ties with other schools and not sort of pushing people away. And I think that I'm very capable of doing that sort of thing. And it's unclear right now what our commitment to the LSSO will be, but I think that I can be a strong voice for us, for all Western law students at the LSSO and similar organizations.
Do you have any, would you have any proactive ideas or reach out to Islamic community members, organizations, or other schools at all?
Yeah. I think that what we do now is great, but I think we need to be doing more. We're involved in some charity giving and some charity activism. I think that could be increased. I think talking to the London community would be the best way to do that. There's a myriad of worthy places that we could be doing this sort of thing with. In addition to the LSSO, I have contacts and friends at other law schools in Ontario and outside of Ontario. I would use those to help build a relationship, even if it's not in a formal fashion with other law schools. I think that together we can be a stronger voice, an advocacy voice for law students who have very similar goals. At the same time, respecting that Western schools might be different and knowing that we need to represent our views as strongly as possible.
I've got a question as an individual, not as a CRO. With this position having a seat on the USC's body, do you have any issues with the current direction of the USC, or how do you see law interacting with the current direction of where the undergraduate council of UWO is going right now?
Yeah, I think that to a large degree, law is, or the law faculty and law students are sort of ignored as an issue for the USC to a large degree. And, in part that's just our being one vote of many on the USC. For the most part, I think the USC does a good job, but I think that we need to have more advocacy for law students. We need to be a stronger voice. And that'll come from me being VP External, but I think I would call upon law students as well to be a stronger voice and to give more feedback to what we want to see our SLS doing and what we want to see them doing with regards to the university community as a whole. Parking is a big issue. That's something that we need to deal with, and I would hope to do that. I think other things come up, but I think that it's important to remember that we need to have a good relationship with them. That we are part of the larger community here at Western, and with respect to that, we need to foster our relationship with the USC and keep a strong relationship.
Any more questions? All right, thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.